welcome to the Unbreakable Hearts channel. Like that?
Hello, YouTube people. What is going on with you all today? I'm out here in the rain. I got a big umbrella, so I'm not worried about not getting wet at all. And I wanted to come to you with another video from me. Okay, this one is about jealousy. Jealous people are mostly jealous because they're insecure. If you have trust in my Father above and below and side to side, you will never experience jealousy because you have faith in Him that no matter what you go through in life, even if that person cheats on you, it becomes them. It becomes their problem. You know, most of the time people will get jealous when they're the ones that are doing something. And it's so much that case in almost every aspect. When they're the ones that are cheating, they'll be so jealous. You know, I've had instances in my life where I may have questioned somebody, but it was only because they always questioned me. And I know that firsthand that when somebody's questioning you all the time, are you chatting with somebody? Are you talking with somebody? Are you doing this and that with somebody? They're the ones that are doing that. And it's a big, major red flag. These people have big time insecurities and they don't know how to handle their life. They're not loyal. They do underhanded things and they feel like they could get away with it. And I'm here to tell you firsthand, you cannot get away with any of that. I have never, ever been a jealous person, because that's exactly how I feel. If I can't trust you, then what is the point? What is the point? I mean, and my Father always reveals to me who it is that I can and cannot trust. And when I feel like I cannot trust you, it's pretty much a done deal. Stick a fork in me. And that's just me, my personal feelings on the whole matter, but it's really like that. But I've had women in my past, my ex-wife, she was very insecure. She always thought I was doing something behind her back. You know, there was claims of photographs and stuff. Number one, she said she had photos, and my daughter said that and said that she had seen them. All right, was I talking to somebody? Maybe, but in a romantic, sexual type of way. I mean, I don't believe I've ever kissed anybody in public. So, and if I hug somebody, I mean, that goes with my whole family situation. Ever since I can remember, my whole family has been big time in hugging each other. You know, we hug everybody. We used to go to church and hug everybody in the church, you know. It was just that way. But I don't even believe she had a picture of me hugging anybody, let alone kissing anybody. And, you know, I definitely never had public sex, so I don't know what it is that my ex-wife would have had that made me unequivocally a cheater. I mean, if I was standing there talking to another woman, so what? You know, I could have than just expressing the time of day with somebody else, you know? I have girls that are friends, and I have guys that are friends. I mean, I don't, you know, especially I was married to her, and that, you know, I just never got that. I never got the memo on that. But like I said, if you cheat behind somebody, it will come out, and you know, it's up to that person whether they want to keep you around or not. But you know, it's not a good subject, and jealousy stems from it all. That anytime that I've had super jealous people in my life, it's always been that they were jealous because they were doing things behind me. And you know, like I said, it's not a good thing, especially if you're one of the most loyal people on the planet, and you find out that somebody's doing something behind you. It's more than just a betrayal. It's complete disgust. I mean, it's like stabbing somebody in the back so many times that you just wish that the blood will start coming out of your back, you know, because it's very hurtful, and it's wrong to do, especially if somebody's had like really bad relationships in the past, like myself. You know, I put myself through that, though. You know, it was my responsibility. I accepted that person for who they were, and never really did any kind of research on them or anything else. I remember when I got to the Philippines, I know I talk about the Philippines a lot, but when I got to the Philippines and I met this girl that I was, you know, in love with, and, you know, it started off, you know, kind of good, I guess, but towards the, you know, a quarter of it being gone, I started noticing a lot more things. You know, like when I got to the Philippines, well, let's go back before that. When I was chatting with this girl online on video chats and things like that, a lot of things just did not add up. Like, I supposedly sent her money to rent 2 places, but that never really happened. She was showing me pictures of this house that she actually had with this other guy, and I know that for a fact. You know, she never did stay in the places that I supposedly had rented for her. And I even questioned her when I was there. She said, she called the one guy Mario. She said, oh, his house is over there. I said, well, let's go look at it. No. Why didn't you want to go look at it? What was the problem behind it? Why didn't we go over there and just check it out? I mean, we're not going to see the guy, you know, but no, we didn't want to do that. And, you know, that was one big red flag. She sent me pictures long ago. She was selling what they call dynamite. It's kind of like chimichanga, you know. It's things inside of, well, I guess theirs was like wonton or rice wraps or something. Anyway, it has stuff in the middle, and they call it dynamite. Anyway, she sent me these pictures, and she said that she was at her mother's house. Well, I get there, we go over to her mother's house, and that looked nothing like her mother's house. you know, where she was selling at, this and that. It just wasn't that. It wasn't. And a huge red flag came up when I saw that, you know. There were a lot of things that came about, you know. Like I said, when I supposedly rented those 2 houses for her and her 2 girls, the first time she only showed me 1 bedroom. It supposedly had 3. Well, the first one had 2. Anyways, it supposedly had 2 bedrooms. She only showed me the living room, which is called the sala, and the kitchen. And those 2 rooms is all that I saw when she was supposedly in that place. Well, the second one, she showed me the bathroom and one of the bedrooms. Now, I did get one of the bedrooms when she was at the first place, supposedly. But most of the time it was dark there, so I couldn't really see. But it looked like the same place. And maybe she was staying in the same room as her children, and her significant other was in the other room like she did with me. Because when I got there, she slept on the couch a lot of moves. So maybe that's the same kind of situation where she was staying in the room with her daughters, and you know, he was staying in the other room, because I never saw but 1 room, and it was really weird to me. And you know, she made it a thing where she was only going to show me so much within that house. She wasn't going to show me the whole thing. And why was that? Because she was hiding. She was hiding everything. So, you know, that's what I'm saying. To get back with this story, jealousy, and she was a very jealous person. She was always thinking that I was chatting with other girls. And there was a point in time where I had a couple of girls that were friends of mine. I never was like, love you so much, blah, 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 blah. But I would chat with girls periodically because I wasn't sure about her. She gave me this feeling. And I was right. She gave me a really bad feeling. So, you know, when you start having a lot of red flags go on in that, and somebody's constantly jealous and thinking that you're up to something, put your thinking cap on, use your discernment, and ask yourself, why is this person always asking you? Why? Why do they always ask you if you're slipping out with somebody else? If you're chatting with somebody else? If you're talking with somebody else? If you're going over to somebody else's house? That is what you should be thinking, because 99.999% of the time, when people are constantly asking you those questions, they're doing something behind their back, behind your back. And I innocently, after I came back here, now she did push me away, but in the end I was kind of thankful, you know. And one of her friends, and I'll never mention that person's name as long as I live, actually told me that she was living with somebody before she ever came over to where I was at, which was real close to her mom. You know, I'm about family. I'm a family person, you know. My ex-wife and my children became estranged to me, but it wasn't all my fault. I do accept fault in that, though, because we were both in a relationship together. And as I said before, it takes two to tango. You cannot be all at fault and the other person is none at all. I had fault in that matter, sure enough, but she also did. And you know, it's about accepting the fault that you had. But anyways, to get back with this, one of her friends, and I would say she's a very close friend, she actually was chatting with me, and she said, I said something to her about, well, I guess she was staying with him, huh? And she said, well, I knew that the whole time. And then she started telling me certain things, and I got a definitely confirmation on the fact that that's what was going on. So I understand why she was so much jealous, because she was actually guilty behind my back. You know, you're supposed to be having a relationship with me and you're doing all of this behind my back? I mean, what is that? Anyways, that's what happened, and I just wanted to explain to you what jealousy actually does. It makes you guilty as charged. Anyways, I want y'all to know that I love you. I love you so much right there. Love yourself. Love my Father God, and by all means love each other, people. Until the next time, love, peace, and soul.